Hey guys, and welcome back to Pros Feed Baseball. In today's video, we're going over the dreaded arm bar.
Would just lay there. Oh, whoa! Oh! Right into an arm bar! Phenomenal! Oh my goodness! Oh my God! No! Oh my God! Look at Ray Boone.
No, not that kind of arm bar, guys. I'm talking about the one that happens with the lead arm whenever we're hitting. So I know there's a lot of videos out there about the arm bar and how it works, how it's good, how it's bad, all that kind of stuff. We're going to clear up some of the myths today. We're going to go over what exactly the arm bar is. And most importantly, we're going to go over for you guys at home that are putting forth a lot of effort when you're hitting, but you're not hitting the ball nearly as hard as the effort you're putting in. We're going to show you why that's happening, and we're going to give you 2 great drills to start fixing that today. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, first things first, we are going to define what the arm bar is. What the arm bar is simply the straightening of the lead arm. Now, a lot of guys say this happens at some point during the swing. It can happen at all kinds of points during the swing. The 2 main ones where it happens is in the load, when this load gets too long and this arm locks out. So the arm bar, we're going to define it as full extension of the arm. So when this elbow has maxed out its range of motion, that is the arm bar. If we have a little bit of bend in our arm, then that means that the arm still has some flexion in it. We're not barred out. So that's going to be what the arm bar is. Again, we have that happen in the load. And then one of the better player problems is when they have a great load and then the arm straightens out prematurely in the swing, and then we go to make our swing from there. So that's going to be what the arm bar is. So the big question is the arm bar bad or is the arm bar good? There's all kinds of stuff out there on this. So we're going to go over scientifically and biomechanically why this arm bar is bad. So why is it bad? Well, first and foremost, like I said from the introduction, when you guys are putting forth a lot of effort, this could be the one thing that you're doing in your swing. If you have a lot of good points on swing and you're looking at your swing on camera and everything's looking good, but you're not quite hitting it as hard as you want, it's because this arm could be very easily barred out. So this is going to be one of the first things you're going to want to check. Now, why does the arm bar make it so that when we're putting forth a lot of effort, we're not getting a lot of output, meaning we're not getting a lot of exit speed? The ball's not getting hit very hard, even though we might be hitting it solid. So the answer is can be answered simply through physics and how our body works. The physics of one lever is what we're talking about here. So if we get an arm bar, this is going to make our lead arm one lever. Okay, technically we are going to be able to use 2 because we'll have the wrist joint, but in terms of building speed, we're taking out a huge lever, the elbow, to build speed. So if I have one lever with my lead arm, we cannot swing one lever as a human very fast. So how we test this is we can simply take our bat, we can straighten out our arm, straighten out our wrist, and try to just swing this one lever really fast. We get 0 speed out of this. I mean, we get some speed, but not a lot. One lever is very hard to move fast. This is why you can feel like you're taking a very hard swing, or you're putting forth a lot of effort and you're not hitting it that hard, because there's no speed in one lever. Now, if we add another lever with our elbow, so we've got the shoulder, which is where this one lever is hinging from. Then we add another lever with our elbow and another level with our wrist, like we talk about in the Pro Speed hitting system, how we want to use our wrists to release that bat. Now we have 3 levers, and now I can get a ton of speed. Another great example for this is a throw. If I take a ball and I'm trying to use one lever to make a throw, and I know this looks a little goofy, but if I try to throw with one lever, I mean, I'll do it again. I'm going to try to throw this ball as hard as I can with one lever. Like, I use a little bit of wrist there, but I can get 0 speed on it. But then all of a sudden, I take the back and I get a little bend in my elbow. I've got the wrist nice and loose, and I'm letting everything move. Now I can get a lot of arm speed. So this is congruent throughout all of your baseball mechanics. We need multiple levers to create speed. So guys, those are the concrete facts on why we don't want to arm bar. So there's a lot of instruction out there. I've seen instruction saying the arm bar is good because they see big leaguers do that. Now, most of the time when they see big leaguers arm bar, they're usually reaching out for an outside pitch. So if I'm reaching for an outside pitch, my arm might straighten out after I'm going into transition, or maybe I'm a little late and I start to reach my hand out and I straighten. If it's an outside pitch, it's an outside pitch. We have to get our hands to the pitch. So if our hands are moving away from our body, our elbows are going to extend. This isn't necessarily an arm bar, but in our ideal swing, we need those multiple levers to create speed. Now, there's other instruction out there that says that this is very bad because we can't be, they don't use these words very well, but you can't be a dynamic hitter. They're saying, okay, if I've got my arm bar, like I can't correct my pitches in the swing. I can't hit the ball solid. So let's just say if I've got an arm bar, I'm not going to be able to hit an outside pitch very well. Or if I've got an arm bar, I'm not going to be able to hit an inside pitch, something along those lines. Now, we'll go with the actual facts here. I can still be dynamic with an armbar. I can still hit the ball well with an armbar. I'm just not going to get near the amount of speed. If I armbar, I'll show you here from face on so you can see the armbar. If I armbar and I set up for an outside pitch, obviously I'm going to be able to hit this, relatively easy because it's an outside pitch. But now I set up for an inside pitch, which of course on camera it's going to make it look like I'm hitting it way more out in front. Okay, so now I've got an armbar, I'm locked out. I can still hit a really solid shot on an inside pitch. I'll show you here from down the line. An inside pitch with an arm bar. And again, this ball is a pitcher can throw this ball right here. My arm can be dead straight, and I can hit a nice solid line drive with an arm bar. I can be very dynamic with an arm bar. That doesn't mean it's going to take away. If I still have a good transition with lag, I'm still releasing the bat properly, my hand path is good, I can still hit the ball relatively good, but the saying that you can't be a dynamic hitter with the arm barred out is completely false. Now, I'm not saying we want to have that long arm. I'm saying it is actually much better than keeping a bent arm through impact, because eventually we do want to straighten it up, which was what we're going to get into in the drills in this video. Now, most instruction out there that I've seen is when they say you want to correct the arm bar, this is some off the wall stuff like how I want to start my swing with my lower body. And if I start my swing with the lower body, my arm's not going to bar. I mean, that's the lower body and the upper body are not connected. They are in swing. They're going to swing in sync, but I can do anything with my lower body while my upper body is doing anything else. So that's not really going to be a fix. It might be a Band-Aid for some hitters, but it's not really going to really fix this issue. There's other instruction that says, hey, just make sure that you get the bat tight into your body. And we know from the figure skating video that we don't want to pull our hands in towards our body. So that might make you bend your arm, and that might, again, be another Band-Aid for the issue. But what we need to understand is what the proper swing is supposed to look like so that we can understand how to first and foremost fix the arm bar so that we know what the goal is with the drills we're about to do. So very simple and very clearly, and I know we talk about the entire swing in the Pro Speed hitting system, but we're going to go over the lead arm specifically. What the lead arm is going to do, we're going to get into that speed load position where we've got the hands in the speed load checkpoint position. We are going to have some flexion in this lead arm. And then what's going to happen is as our hands are going to the ball is going to be hit, or the arm is going to be straightening out, and again, in an ideal swing. And then just after impact, the arm is going to continue to straight out into its full release. So we call this a straight arm release, because right after impact, we want both arms to be fully extended and released through impact. That's what it's supposed to look like. We want a slight little, so just for simple purposes, we want a slight bend in the arm, and we want that arm to straighten up just after impact. Again, we want 3 levers working in our upper body. We want to have the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist releasing through the ball. If one of them goes early, well, now I've got 2 levers, and I've got 1 lever that's got the main, remember, the throw. It's not going to be very fast. I want 3 levers working through impact. So how do we begin fixing the arm bar if you do have this issue? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over 2 very simple drills so that we can start training the arm. So very critical to understand that the best way that I found to train the arm bar is to train your lead arm independently from your swing. So again, the arm bar is not necessarily going to hurt your ability to hit the ball well, but it is going to hurt your speed. And it's going to take, it is a little bit more consistent if you do have some flexion in this arm. So what we're going to do is we're going to train with one arm swings. So we're going to train the lead arm independently, meaning do this, concentrate on your lead arm in these drills, and then when you're working on your regular swing, just kind of have a soft thought on it. So the first drill that we're going to do is going to be a one-arm drill with our lead arm. Again, we're focusing on the arm bar here, and we're simply going to set up to this ball off of our instep. So we're going to be relatively shoulder width with our feet. And what we're going to accomplish here is we're going to accomplish a bent elbow. So we're going to the complete opposite of an arm bar, and we're going to an extremely bent elbow, what we're going to do is we're going to bend this elbow. We're going to move it in front of the ball. So if we're here, my elbow is not in front of the ball. We're literally going to get to where my elbow is in front of the ball, and we're going to pause right here. We're going to make sure the elbow's in front of the ball, and then from here, we're simply going to hit the ball. That's all we're doing for the first drill. It's going to be a pause and hit drill. So I'm literally standing here. I'm going to get my elbow bent, lots of flexion, and then my elbow's in front of the ball, and then I'm going to make a swing. I'll show you one here from down the line. So again, I've got that ball right off my instep. I'm giving myself room to get my elbow in front of the ball. I'm paused. I know my elbow's in front of the ball, and then I'm just making a swing. We don't really care how we're hitting the ball from here. We just want to make sure that we're getting the elbow bent and in front of the ball. Again, this is an over-exaggeration to get the arm bar out. The second drill is going to be the same thing, except we're not going to pause with the elbow in front of the ball. I'm still going to bend and make sure my elbow is clearing the ball before I make my swing, but we're going to do it all in one smooth motion. Okay, I'm going to show you one here from down the line. Same thing, one smooth motion. I'm setting up so I can get my elbow in front of the ball. One smooth motion. Guys, once you get that in, what you're going to do is when you get into your 50% swing work, when you're just working on your full swing in the tee, you're going to have that same kind of sensation. You're going to understand that we want this elbow to be bent and to release through impact. We don't want it to straighten and then try to slap into impact. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into our load stride position. We're going to feel like this lead elbow is just moving in front of the ball. In your full swing, I don't want you to feel like you're bending it in front of the ball. I want you to feel like your elbow is already bent and you're moving your elbow in front of the ball as you're making your swing. So I'll over-exaggerate this a little bit for the video. We're going to load stride here. I'm going to make sure my elbow is moving, and we're going to make our swing from there. So you can clearly see there's no arm bar. The lead elbow is bent until after impact, and we have a nice swing. So we're going to load stride here. I'm going to make sure my elbow is moving. I'm not bending it in front of the ball. And the feeling is going to be my elbow is getting in front of the ball. So I load stride here, elbows in front, and now I can start really feeling the sensation of releasing the lead arm through impact with all of that speed. So guys, when you throw this into your practice session, give me 20 repetitions where we pause and then we release the bat, and then we're going to give me 20 more repetitions where we have it in one smooth motion with the elbow in front, and then you're going to give me 20 more repetitions where you do it in your full swing with that same feeling like the elbow's getting in front. Get those reps in, guys. Feel how that arm releases so that you can understand how to use those levers for speed in your swing. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you learned something great about that lead arm. But stay tuned. I got an even better bonus video coming up for you. If you're working on getting into the proper transition position that's going to allow this elbow to release properly, you're going to want to make sure your bat lag is on point. And in this bonus video that I'm going to play a preview of, at the end of this video, it's going to show you exactly how to do that right away with one simple drill. I highly recommend that you check it out. If you want to see that video absolutely free, make sure you click on the iCard or in the link in the description below. You can check it out absolutely free of charge. Thanks again for watching, guys. Good luck with your games. Good luck with your swings, and we'll see you guys soon. Today, I'm going to show you the #1 move that kills bat lag. But most importantly, we're going to do a drill that will instantly give you a tight transition into bat lag and have your swing looking drastically better today. The move that I'm talking about here is when we're going into our transition and the bat lays down, and now the only thing that we have to rely on for bat speed is our pure strength. From Mike Trout, he does this really, really well. You'll see as we pause him here in the max bat lag position, his barrel is really high, and you can see that it's barely dipping into that line. You can imagine if this was a nail and this bat was a hammer, if I was trying to hammer this nail in like this would be kind of like me dumping the bat. But if I'm letting this hammer swing and slam into this ball over and over again, I'm going to be very, very efficient. Now, I'm sure you guys are ready for it by now. Let's go ahead and dive into the wall drill. All right, guys, here we go. The wall drill.